Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's UEFA Nations League coverage here on the Commentary Hub. My name is Anthony Thomas, and I'm going to be guiding you through this League A Group 1 match between Croatia and France. You've got a repeat of the 2018 World Cup final. The home side, Croatia, will be hoping for a better result, different results from that game, and a better one than they had a few days ago. They lost 3-1, 3-0, I should say, to Austria at home on Friday night. And France made a terrible start. They made an awful start to their attempted retention of the Nations League crown. They lost 2-1 to Denmark at home. The two teams have just entered the field of play, and in a moment we're going to have the national anthems. While those are played, I will run you through the two teams. It's a big night for Croatia's captain, Luka Modric, on the occasion of his 150th cap for his nation. And right now, pitch side, he is receiving a special shirt with number 150 on the front and back, and receiving a very warm reception from the crowd. There was a very large mural lifted around the crowd, a huge tifo with his face on it, and a message of support from the Croatia fans. So, Zlatko Dalic has made 5 changes from that team well beaten by Austria. Dominik Livakovic comes in goal. The back four, Josip Juranovic, Martin Ehrlich, who comes in for his debut, Domagoj Vida, the experienced centre-back, and Rangers' Borna Barisic at left-back. Midfield 3, Modric, alongside Marcelo Brozovic and Mateo Kovacic. And a front 3 of Lovro Majer, Ante Budimir, and Josip Brekalo. La Marseillaise is being played at the moment. So out of the Croatian side go the goalkeeper Ivica Ibušić, the centre-back pairing of Đurđe Kaleta and Marin Pongracic, as well as Mario Pasalic and Andrej Kramaric, the more attacking roles. On the bench then for Croatia, Nedjeljko Labrovic and Ibušić, the other two goalkeepers, Sime Vršalko, Pongracic, Josip Sutalo, Nikola Vlasic, Luka Ivanušić, Christian Jakic, Luka Sučić, Andrej Kramaric, Mislav Oršić, and Mario Pasalic. Ivan Perisic went off injured in the last match against Austria, and his calf is troubling him. He won't be featuring tonight. Neither will Marko Livaja or Petar Musa. The likes of Dejan Lovren is injured as well as and old stalwarts such as Ante Rebic no longer getting called up. He hasn't had a call up since the European Championships. Didier Deschamps has made 10 changes to the team that lost to Denmark last time out. Only Aurélien Tchouaméni has retained his place. AC Milan goalkeeper Mike Maignan is between the sticks. Back 3 of Benjamin Pavard, William Saliba, and Presnel Kimpembe. In Hugo Lloris's absence, Kimpembe has the captain's armband. Then we have 5 across the midfield. Moussa Diaby and Luka Digne are the 2 wingers. Tchouaméni is in the centre of midfield alongside Matteo Guendouzi and Adrien Rabiot. And then up front, we have Christopher Nkunku on for his 4th cap, alongside Wissam Ben Yedder of Monaco. On the bench then for France, we have Hugo Lloris, Alphonse Areola, Jules Koundé, Jonathan Klaus, Luca Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, Ibrahima Konate, Boubacar Kamara, Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappe, Kingsley Coman, and Karim Benzema. Bit of a surprise for some that Kylian Mbappe has been named on the bench. The only player still in the squad who hasn't made the bench is actually N'Golo Kanté. There was expected to be a slight knee issue with Mbappe after he went off against Denmark. Raphael Varane also went off in that game. He has left the squad now with a hamstring injury. He's been replaced by Ibrahima Konate, the Liverpool man, who may well make his debut today. The likes of Paul Pogba, Olivier Giroud, Anthony Martial, Thomas Lemar, Corentin Tolisso, none of those have been called up this time. Didier Deschamps has such a wealth of talent to choose from, of course. And it's difficult for him to select a squad. He hasn't selected really a huge squad, so maybe there could have been space for one or two of those players, especially with so many fixtures still upcoming. The anthems have been completed, and the two captains, Kimpembe and Modric, are about to meet in the middle for the coin toss. The referee today, and in fact all of the officials, are from Italy. Marco Guida is the referee. His assistants, Ciro Carbone and Giorgio Peretti. The fourth official is Giovanni Airoldi. And VAR duty, we have Marco Di Bello and his assistant, Luca Zufferli. Finally, the coin toss will take place. Kimpembe and Modric shake hands and swap pennants. So Didier Deschamps not actually on the bench last time out. It had a very unusual circumstance in midweek where last Tuesday both coaches lost their fathers. Our condolences to them. That meant that Deschamps was absent for the Denmark game, and Guy Stéphane led coaching responsibilities. Both managers in their respective dugouts this evening in a game which really both sides will need to get something out of. We are at the Stadion Poljud. No, we are not. The action is from the Stadion Poljud in Split. It looks pretty much full. Capacity crowd is just a shade under 34,000. Lovely city on the Croatian coastline. France will be kicking off in their home kit, of which these days is all navy blue with some royal blue hoops and red trim. Croatia in their traditional red and white checked shirts, white shorts, red socks. The referee blows his whistle and we are underway. France will be kicking off, going from left to right as I look at it. And immediately the whistles and jeers come from the home crowd as France retain possession in their own half. Saliba goes forward, looking for Ben Yedder, but it's over him. And the first touch of the game for Dominik Livakovic. And a big touch there for Martin Ehrlich, making his debut. He's just linking up now with his centre-back partner, Domagoj Vida. He's got experience at his side. Vida wearing his 98th cap. Now at Besiktas. Ehrlich is on loan at Spezia this season from Sassuolo. A big night for Ehrlich. Just a small matter of the world champions to contend with. He's getting quite a few early touches here. Uses his goalkeeper again. Goes short. And Domagoj Vida will look to bring things forward now. Uses Rangers man, Borna Barisic. A long season for Barisic. Of course, the big part of Rangers' run to the Europa League final, which of course ended in disappointment to one of his teammates. Actually, he's on the bench today, Christian Jakic of Eintracht Frankfurt. So they'll have to put those club rivalries behind them. I'm sure they have. Professionals on the international stage. Croatia also in no hurry. I think after both sides suffered those disappointing defeats at the start of this campaign, they'll just want to try and get settled France obviously with lots of changes. A chance now almost for Croatia. It almost fell for Kovacic getting forward, but it didn't go for him. A well won back. Coman has had the ball robbed from him. Brozovic now. Brozovic in that more deeper lying midfield role. Kovacic and Modric ahead of him. More touches for Brozovic, still just inside his own half. Now Juranovic over the top. He's looking for the run of, it almost kept in play there by Maya. Lovro, Maya and Josip Brekalo will be on the wings, just in behind Ante Budimir. But that one went out of play. Mike Maignan takes his first goal kick, which goes short. Uses Saliba. Croatia putting France under a lot of pressure there, and they almost stole it. So it's a ricochet, took the ball back into the path of Maignan. And France have to up the tempo a bit. Croatia trying to put them under pressure high up the field. Just a fourth cap for William Saliba. So not a lot of experience in both defensive setups. Erlich using Brozovic again. Vida looking up and goes short. Ball played forward by Brozovic, looking for Brekalo. Pavard manages to scamper and get the ball back to Maignan, who puts his foot through it. Ben Yedder trying to challenge, but Vida puts it out of play. And we got 4 minutes gone here on the commentary hub, and it's Croatia 0, France 0. Didier Deschamps will be looking for a response from his players. As I mentioned, they're the reigning Nations League champions. They won the Final Four tournament in Italy in the start of this season, near the start, it was back in October. Saw Belgium in a really exciting semi-final, and then beat Spain 2-1 in the final to banish those banish the memories of that semi-final. Sorry, that's a penalty shootout lost in the last 16 to Switzerland. Croatia, of course, also fell at the last 16 stage in the European Championships last summer. 5-3 to Spain, they finally went out. That was an incredibly exciting game. In Copenhagen, if my memory serves me right. Still Croatia keeping things tight, keeping things simple. Modric now, his first meaningful touches of the game. Goes over the halfway line looking for Maya. Maya goes back to Modric on the right wing, infield. A lovely ball stab forward by Brozovic. Looking for Budimir. Budimir tries to get past Kimpembe, but he can't. Kimpembe got back and had tracked well and had to get a foot in well inside the area. But Croatia come again. It's now Brekalo with space on the left wing. He's got his head up. Josip Brekalo with the cross. It's blocked. Back out to Modric, who has a really nice touch into Kovacic. Brozovic now out to Barisic. Brekalo tussling and winning the corner off Saliba. First real chance for Croatia to put Maignan under some pressure. Saliba did well to close Brekalo down, but then kind of got his feet all wrapped up. And put the ball behind, diverted it out to play. And Luka Modric is over this one. In comes the corner, goes short, takes the 1-2, cross. And man at the edge of the area took a shot. Not sure, I think that was Brozovic. In fact, it was Maya before there. He a bit of a routine off the training ground. Modric played the 1-2, and with the second cross, looked for Maya on the volley, who had peeled away and was on the edge of the area. Didn't get the cleanest strike on it though, and it went wide. France now enjoying a spell of possession. Saliba and Kimpembe combining. Now Nkunku coming deep. Now Diaby. Diaby lost out, but now Guendouzi. Guendouzi in the middle. Has to go back. Uses Kimpembe, the captain. Nkunku's coming very deep. Now out to Guendouzi. Across to Aston Villa's Luca Digne. Back to Guendouzi, formerly of Arsenal. He was on loan at Marseille this season. Now he's signed permanently for the club from the south of France. Ball's on the other side now with Pavard. Saliba. 1-2 with Nkunku. Has to go back after pressure from Budimir. Kimpembe now. France going nowhere with it at the moment. Plenty more touches for Saliba. Kimpembe again. Guendouzi collects on the halfway line. Goods up. Plays the ball forward for Rabiot. But he has to go back. Kimpembe and Tchouaméni now. Diaby on the right. Back in field. Tchouaméni with a nice cross-field ball out to Luca Digne. Digne crosses. It's high. It's looping. Headed away. Can France win their second ball? They try with Tchouaméni, but Croatia eventually get it clear. And Budimir is putting the defense under lots of pressure. He's chasing everything very early on. Adrien Rabiot. Luca Digne back to Guendouzi. Now, Diaby linking up again with Tchouaméni. It is better from France. Forward now to Luca Digne. Sets himself with the cross. Headed away. Still in play, still in the penalty area. Diaby tries to recycle and he shields the ball very well and lets it go out for a corner. So France's first corner of the game. Diaby over it. 7th cap tonight for the Bayer Leverkusen man. His in-swing cross comes in now. There's a man at the back post, but it's just over him. Kimpembe was climbing, but he was never going to reach that. And out it goes quite harmlessly for a Croatia throw-in. 10 minutes gone in this Group A1 match. Croatia fallen to 16th in the world now. They had quite a few retirements after the World Cup. Bit of a rebuilding process now. France, number 3 in the world. And Mike Maignan now is in possession. Forward to Saliba. Well, very measured, calm build-up from both sides in this game. I think neither want to really make the first move. Pavard now back to Maignan. Mike Maignan winning his 3rd cap today, and he thoroughly deserves it from my reckoning. 17 clean sheets in Serie A this season, on the way to the league title. And those 17 just from 32 appearances. He didn't play every game. Guendouzi now over the top. He's got a runner in Diaby. Diaby into the box. He's got space to cross. He chips one in very nicely. Oh, and Juranovic at the back post had 2 Frenchmen around him, and he had to turn that one away for a corner, and he did well there to shape himself. That wasn't the easiest. Good cross by Diaby into a really dangerous area, just floated in. He's looked lively down that right wing, Moussa Diaby, but well shepherded out by Juranovic. Corner now comes in. Tchouaméni climbs. He doesn't quite reach it. Modric gets a foot on it to half clear it. And Croatia do very well as they break out from their area. Brozovic was in there, but France win it back. And Pavard, the last man, while the goalkeeper back, keeps it under control and eventually it's back with Mike Maignan. Lays it off to Saliba. Pavard now forward to Ben Yedder. Back again, Tchouaméni on halfway, trying to keep himself away from the onrushing attackers, but he loses out, and Croatia have a chance to break now. A lovely ball through. Can he reach it? Brozovic is there. Oh, and Saliba did so well to cover him just as Brozovic was shaping to shoot. And Modric now. Croatia coming again. The match is starting to liven up a bit now. Brozovic over the top. Finds Erlich. Vida. Short, sharp passes around the halfway line for Croatia, but they're forced back. Modric comes deep to collect. As he so often does, the orchestrator of so much for Croatia and for Real Madrid over the years. Here he is again. Brozovic, the Croatia midfield, controlling the tempo, but from well inside their own half. And now Modric has been robbed very nicely by Nkunku. Nkunku has stolen a bit of a march here. Over the top, and Duzi Rabiot's in there as well, but he loses out. Bit of ricochet off the referee, but ball falls back into Croatia's possession. Game continues. Kovacic. Sorry, he goes down, but it's just a throw in. So he went down there. I don't think we haven't had a foul in this game yet at all. No free kicks on either side. We've had over 14 minutes of the game. Good-tempered starts to this game. Good-tempered, but maybe poor-tempoed. But it is growing, so stick with us here on the Commentary Hub. Brozovic again, keeping the ball away from Guendouzi. Now, Maya getting into a bit of a tight spot. Has to use Brozovic again. Really deep, joining the back four at the moment, Brozovic. 1-2 with Erlich. Now tries the opposite angle and uses Barisic. Barisic forwards. Oh, that's a really poor touch by Brekalo. He almost won it back, but now France come forward. Pavard, he looked for Rabiot that he couldn't gather, and Croatia able to get it clear. But France try to come again. A couple of poor touches for Croatia's perspective, but they survive. Maya now with a bit more space. He's got runners ahead of him. Trying to pick one out. Decides to keep the possession. Barisic on this left side now. Josip Brekalo. Nice 1-2 with Barisic. Diaby keeping him penned in the corner. Well played. Back to Brekalo. Now Croatia camped in the French half. Modric in the middle. Lovely floated ball over the top to Brekalo, and Brekalo volleys the cross and just put too much power on it. Budimir was in there, but Brekalo went for the fairly spectacular attempt with the cross and maybe didn't need to. Just seeing a replay of that half chance for Budimir, which is well covered by Saliba. Mike Maignan, he's being put under a bit of pressure now, but clears away well, but only as far as Barisic. Bit of head tennis. Tchouaméni goes, he went back and he managed to find Kimpembe, but Budimir was lurking again. The flowing locks of Guendouzi now finds Rabiot. Luca Dean on the left. Plays 1-2 with Guendouzi. And another one. Now Guendouzi goes back all the way to Mike Maignan. So both sides holding their shape very well, not allowing the attacks to flow through them. But a few poor touches from both sides, and another one there from Diaby has allowed Croatia to win possession back. Oh, that's a nice through ball. Is he stayed onside? It's a chance now for Budimir. Takes a shot, well saved by Maignan. And it seems as though he was onside there. What a chance that was. He looks like he didn't quite hold his run. I'm just seeing the replay now. I think he was played onside, I think by Luca Dean, and he decided to go himself, and actually it was blocked by the backtracking Kimpembe and then off Maignan as well, and out for a corner. But what a chance that was for Budimir. And he had the opportunity to play the ball square. He had a man running in with him. He didn't use it. And the first big opportunity of the game goes to the Croatians. Chance not quite over yet. Modric goes short again with the corner. Now crossed in by Maya. Overhit again. Croatia try to keep it alive, but out it goes. And another wasted cross. France throw 25 yards from their own goal line. If you're enjoying this commentary and some of our others, give us a follow on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Commentary Hub. We also have The Commentary Hub 2 as well. Coverage of the Nations League. We've got the Women's European Championships upcoming as well. And then next season we'll be back into Premier League, Football League, the European leagues, the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. You name it, we've got it. And also the 2022 World Cup will be covered by our channel. So subscribe for more commentaries from all the best football around the world. Guendouzi took the first free kick of the whole game. Took it short though, and France, they're going to get themselves a bit of trouble there now. And it's foul by Budimir on Kimpembe. And if Budimir had timed his tackle a bit better, he would have been in again there, just inside the French half. But there was no one further, no one deeper. But France survive, and they're coming forward now with Rabiot. Uses Dean on his extreme. Tchouaméni now with a cross. Bit over hits, and Barisic gets the shouts from the goalkeeper, told to leave it, and as it goes for a goal kick. 20 minutes gone. Still 0-0 between the two sides, who faced off in the last World Cup final, the latest World Cup final, I should say, Moscow 4 years ago. Now Croatia coming through the middle. Budimir again. Brozovic tries to win it back, but he can't get there. Now Diaby. Diaby with space through the middle. Now needs help. He's chopped down there. Poor challenge by Vida. And he'll do well not to go into the book. And the referee does brandish the first yellow card of the match. Domagoj Vida gets his name taken. Yeah, really poorly timed that one. It was on Nkunku, in fact. And as Nkunku checked his run and looked to pass back, Vida just came right through the side of him, took his legs away. Yellow card all day long. Nkunku is still down. The pitch in Split is is splitting. I could say it's definitely cutting up a bit, which definitely not ideal. Now we just hope neither side adds to their injury list, especially when we're so late in the season. Just waiting for match to resume. The next match in this group going to be played for a few days. Austria. Oh, sorry. In fact, Austria-Denmark has been delayed. It will be kicking off shortly. So I couldn't find it on my list of scores. Earlier in this group, as I said, 3-0 Austria beating Croatia. Great starts for Ralf Rangnick in his tenure as Austrian manager. And 2-1 win for Denmark. Andreas Cornelius trying from behind it now. A chance for France with the free kick finally comes in. The back post, Tchouaméni was there to try and turn it home. Unmarked, but he just couldn't reach it. And the chance is gone. Nicely floating free kick, and no one went with the run of Tchouaméni. Very highly rated young man with all the top clubs in England rumoured to be interested in signing him at the very least. France retaining possession now. Chipped into the area by Pavard, and it's just out of Ben Yedder's reach. And Lavakovic can gather. Next up, Croatia will be going to Denmark in 4 days' time. And France will be traveling to Austria. So with away trips to come, both sides will be hoping to have points on the board when they go on their travels, or extended travels in France's case. And then they wrap up this international break. France, well, with the rematch of this fixture on the 13th, a week today. France playing host to Croatia. Over the top it goes. Oh, and it's been won back, and it's a half chance now for Brekalo, and he's been chopped down, and then another man goes down. And how there was no free kick there for Croatia, I don't know, but 25 yards out of the central area. It was Brekalo who went down first, and then the ball fell to Budimir, and he was robbed of possession as well, arguably unfairly. The referee says no. The whistles and jeers start again from the home crowd. But meanwhile, Diaby is coming forward. On his wide right is Pavard. And his attempted cross is blocked by Borna Barisic. And the whistles and jeers continue. And it was Saliba who got caught out on the wing. And he came right through the back of Kovacic. I have no idea how that's not a free kick. Stonewall free kicks if ever I saw one. And it would be a cruel injustice if Diaby's corner here results in a goal. It's headed away, but only as far as Saliba, who goes back to Maignan, and now Pavard on halfway. Saliba and Pavard now combine again. Here's Adrien Rabiot. Diaby on the wing, uses Pavard again. Pavard decides to go cross to Tchouaméni. He manages to gather. Dean's there. Links up with Rabiot. Saliba goes wide. Pavard's there. And now Nkunku's lost out. And we've got a chance now. Kovacic is roaming forward again. Goes to Budimir, who's forced wide. Up against Saliba. Goes out to Josip Brekalo. Brozovic. Now Modric. Croatia in the ascendancy again. Mayer. Juranovic and Modric combine. Modric trying to get away from Kimpembe. Kimpembe does well and wins the throw-in. And Croatia might be able to pen France deep in their own half here, but you feel maybe the attack has gone. Nkunku. Foul committed against him by Brozovic. And now definitely France will have the opportunity to get the ball away. Four fouls committed by Croatia, still none by France. It's quite impressive after about 28 minutes. Saliba, who's not looked entirely convincing when he's come roaming forwards, uses Diaby. Across now to Kimpembe. He comes over the midway marker. Out wide, now it's Luca Dean. Checks back. Uses Tchouaméni. Kimpembe again, and Guendouzi has to go back into the centre-back role to keep the attack going. Again, Croatia holding firm, holding their lines. Rabiot can't go forward, so he has to use Kimpembe. Rabiot again. He's lost out. And Budimir has done very well, but can't maintain possession. All very scrappy for a second. Now Brozovic out on the right wing. Uses Maier. He tries to turn, but he's crowded out. But eventually a foul. There you go. There's the first foul of the game committed by France after 29 minutes. Maier upended. And Croatia take the free kick short and will be building up slowly again. Barisic tries the 1-2 with Breklo. It doesn't work out because Diaby was there. He decides to play safe and gives Maignan a few more touches. Then Guendouzi receives the ball from the defense. Goes to Benjamin Pavard. But slowly, surely, things go back to Mike Maignan again, who is in absolutely no hurry to get rid of the ball. He's almost waiting for the pressure to come. Finally, when Budimir comes to him, he goes wide to Luca Dean. Dean again with a header. Tries to link up with Rabiot, but a poor touch back by Rabiot has given a chance for Maier, who, good tackle by Guendouzi, and now he's released Diaby on the right wing. The Croatian players coming across to cover him, and now a chance of Nkunku with a shot, lovely chip over the goalkeeper, off the post and in! But no, it's offside. Offside against Christopher Nkunku. As it stands, he does not have his first international goal. Really nice tracking back there by Tchouaméni. He fed Guendouzi, who went wide to Diaby. And yes, it looks like the linesman got this one spot on. Nkunku just ahead of the offside line, which was held very well and accurately by Croatia. It was a lovely finish, lovely chip with his right foot over the advancing Livakovic. And in it went off the post. But half a foot, no more, not too much more than that. Well, that's all you need. Offside, and it remains Croatia 0, France 0. Livakovic has taken the free kick, and it's his turn to take his time in possession. Uses Erlich. Retaining possession along the back line now, using the goalkeeper again. No hurry from either side. Still Croatia 0, France 0. Brozovic comes deep again, using Erlich. Cross to Vido, who's going to have to watch himself on a yellow card. And Brozovic's ball over the top, Barisic's ball over the top, I should say, looking for Brekalo. Doesn't work out, and it's headed out. But a throw in to Croatia. Just seeing a replay again of the disallowed goal. Croatia survived for now. It was basically his knee and his shoulder that were beyond the last man. Now France have won themselves a throw. Pavard takes it into Diaby, who goes back to the throw-in taker. And deeper now is Sarisa. But now Pavard has lost out and fouls Budimir. Antti Budimir has done so well at putting the defense under pressure and winning the ball back high. 8 goals in La Liga in his debut campaign for Osasuna. Before that, he was at Mallorca. Knows the Spanish game pretty well. Antti Budimir, it's his 12th cap today, just the 1 goal so far. She got against Turkey. Free kick incomers by Modric. There's almost a man there. It was almost Vida in there and Erlich as well. And I thought that had come off a Frenchman. Not according to the referee. He says that Vida got the last touch. His header, therefore, went fairly harmlessly wide. Yes, it was offside, in fact. Offside against Vida. And France, every free kick so far has gone short from both sides, and no exception this time. Maignan might put his foot through this one. He does. A really good distributor with his feet, Mike Maignan. This time it's gone back to Livakovic. He does well to find Barisic, who has to put his foot through it very quickly. Now Croatia does so well to get that under control and keep the attack going, and eventually Kovacic loses out on the halfway line. Tchouaméni now receives the ball from his goalkeeper. Through the middle to Diaby, who decides to go back. Now, Adrian Rabiot. The Modric does well, but Modric is adjudged to have fouled him. Considering 1 or 2 of the challenges that the referee has let go. Okay, on second inspection, probably a good call by the referee there. Barisic does well under the pressure from Ben Yedder. Kovacic gets himself out of a tight spot and releases Erlich, which the fans applaud. Now, Modric stabs one with the outside of his foot. He does so nicely to Vida. Barisic down the left wing, looking for a man. And now Croatia trying to win the ball back up the pitch again. Diaby managed to get the ball away, though. And eventually the ball is back with Maignan, who tries the other side this time. Luka Dean is there. Ahead of him is Rabiot, but he uses Nkunku. Guendouzi gives the ball back to the RB Leipzig man. Now Luka Dean crowded out, and Croatia win it back inside their own half. Another chance for Vatreni to come forward. And the Blazers, the Blazing Fire as they're known. Or the checkered ones of their famous kit. Erlich. Juranovic tries a run, but he won't be found like that by Maya. And it's Maignan who regains the ball. Tchouaméni now. Saliba. Goes short to Guendouzi. France moving forward now. Pavard on the right wing. Uses Guendouzi again. Switch of play. Tchouaméni on the other side. Rabiot through the middle. Links up with Guendouzi. Nicely played now, Rabiot. Diaby. Diaby loses out. And it's now under Modric's spell. He goes wide to Juranovic. He's got a couple of men ahead of him. Lays off to Maya and continues his run. Maya can't find anyone ahead of him though, and is going nowhere fast. And Vida on halfway for Croatia. Uses Kovacic. Maya across. Juranovic is there. Modric takes it under his control and turns away nicely. Kovacic gets away from Guendouzi. Finds Modric again. Modric turns and spreads one perfectly out to Juranovic on the wing. There's a cross come in, and I think that came off a hand, as do some of the Croatia fans, as does Juranovic. I don't think the man was inside the area when it seemed to strike him. But, the assistant saw it differently, so play continues. Saliba, Diaby, Guendouzi, now Nkunku. He's got Diaby ahead of him, and Diaby now is past Vida and takes a shot. Well saved. Tight angle, but Livakovic had to deal with it. And just like that, France played themselves through the middle. A big chance for Moussa Diaby. He would have had to put plenty of power on that one to beat Livakovic from a relatively tight angle. Dealt with by the Dinamo Zagreb stopper. Guendouzi has been robbed of possession by Kovacic, but Croatia do nothing with it, and France have it back. Rabiot. Out wide is Luka Dean. Tchouaméni. He tried the shot from long range. He does, and it stings the palms of Livakovic. He had to get down well and couldn't hold on to it. Got it away from danger though. And as Croatia clear, Budimir is adjudged to have fouled Guendouzi. I think Guendouzi went down a bit softly. A really good play there. Diaby, just seeing a replay of the Diaby shots, he'd made the run as Guendouzi fed Nkunku. Nkunku turned, and then because Diaby continued his run, he was in perfect position to receive the through ball. France enjoying good spell of possession. Those were their first two shots on target of the game. Hoping third time lucky. Ends up in the back of the net. Of course, that's not counting Nkunku's disallowed goal. We've got 5 minutes left of the first half. Luka Dean is coming down the left wing. He feeds Adrien Rabiot. Can he cross it? Yes, he can, and it's blocked. Another corner for France, taken very quickly and short. Nkunku was there to receive it. Plays one to Tchouaméni. Trying to go into the area. He's got 4 Croatian defenders around him. And unsurprisingly, it was the wrong option to run straight into them. And he ends up conceding a throw-in. Plenty of his teammates up from the back. Poor choice there by Nkunku. Seeing a couple more replays of the Tchouaméni chance. France regain possession. They're having one of their, I think definitely their brightest spell of the whole game. Tchouaméni is orchestrating things, the young 22-year-old, winning his 10th cap today. All of them coming in, we don't really work in seasons in internationals, but over the course of the 2021-22 campaign, made his debut against Bosnia back in September, the first international game of this season. Now Croatia have a chance to get things out of danger. Brozovic runs down a bit of a blind alley, but ends up winning a throw. Croatia have never beaten France as an independent nation. This is their 9th meeting, and they've only got 2 draws to show from it, France winning the other 6. The first of those was that World Cup semi-final in 1998, where Lilian Thuram, France's record caps maker, 142 caps. He scored his only 2 goals in that game. Quite a remarkable stat, that one. And of course, when France won their 2nd World Cup 4 years ago, they met Croatia even later. Croatia's both these sides hold the record of having their best 2 World Cups in 98 and 2018. 2 gold medals for France, a silver and a bronze for Croatia. A nation the size of Croatia to have 2 medals from World Cups when they've been an independent nation for a little over 30 years. It really is incredibly impressive. Yes, of course, football not their only sport. They do well at water polo, basketball, tennis, handball, you name it. Croatia are pretty good at it. Really amazing sporting nation. We've got 2 minutes to hold out for half-time plus injury time. We might have 1 minute or so, I imagine. And Salisa and Guendouzi linking up for France. Guendouzi finds Luca Dean, who stays on side, tries to cross, and this one also blocked by Maya, who was back. Over to take it comes Nkunku. This one may go into the box. In it comes, in swinging from Nkunku, who can get ahead of it. Ben Yedder flicks it on. In fact, no, he doesn't. The Croatia man has got the last touch. And Salisa left it for another corner, which on this near side, Diaby is taking. 6th corner of the match for the French. We're into the final minute of the 45. In it comes Diaby. It's long again. Kept alive, Saisa, and then a foot comes through it from a Croatian defender. Back out to Luca Dean. Crossed by Kimpembe is fairly poor, but it's come back to him. Saliba. And then eventually Rabiot go all the way back to Mike Maignan. And that generates a bit of applause from the home fans. Maignan over the top, looking for Nkunku, but he was adjudged to have climbed. Judged to have climbed on Erlich, and Erlich went down holding his nose. Nothing intentional there from Nkunku. And the 2 players have a word, and Nkunku says sorry for what was just a little accident. And as I suggested, 1 minute added on. We're already 20 seconds into that. And after fairly dominant last 10 minutes or so from France, I think Croatia will just be happy to keep possession for this last 30 seconds and go in to the dressing rooms at the Stadion Polyud with the scores all level. I haven't seen many French fans in the stands, but there was a rendition of La Marseillaise, which went around the ground just then. Modric with just one last hoof forwards. No, Modric doesn't hoof the ball. On gentle 45-yard caress of the ball, I should say, to Ante Budimir, but he can't reach it. And with that, the referee, Marco Guida, blows his whistle for half-time. Fairly slow, pedestrian half, but with some moments of good attacking play from both sides. Budimir had the best chance of the game for Croatia. And then after Nkunku's goal was disallowed for offside, a really good chance from Moussa Diaby, which had to be well saved by Livakovic. That's all we've really had to talk about in the opening half. And join me again for coverage of the second half here of this UEFA Nations League Group A1 game, where it's Croatia 0, France 0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the UEFA Nations League Group A1 match between Croatia and France from the Stadion Poljud in Split. 0-0 at the break. One decent opportunity for both sides in the opening 45. My name is Anthony Thomas, and we are a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. The players have not yet emerged from the tunnel. Very good crowd that we've got in Split this evening. This stadium opened in 1979 and revamped a lot back in 2010. It's the home, of course, of Hajduk Split, where Zlatko Dalic, the Croatia manager, had 3 spells as a player. He never really racked up many appearances across any of those spells. But nonetheless, back at one of his clubs. He's been the Croatia manager 5 years now. Had been managing in Saudi Arabia and the UAE before that, when he came in to replace Ante Kocic. Substitutes making their way back out of the field to get themselves back into the dugout. So while we wait, I'll run you through the 2 teams again. If, of course, there are no changes to either side at halftime. Dominik Livakovic is in goal for Croatia. The back four of Josip Juranovic, Martin Erlich, Domagoj Vida, who got himself booked in the first half, and Borna Barisic. Marcelo Brozovic, Luka Modric, and Mateo Kovacic. Our midfield 3 on the wings. We have Lovro Majer and Josep Brekalo. And up front, we have Ante Budimir, who's been putting himself about a fair bit across the opening 45. Hugo Lloris, the French captain, is on the bench today. Mike Maignan has replaced him in goal. Their back 3 of Benjamin Pavard, William Saliba, and Presnel Kimpembe has been holding pretty firm across the opening 45. Moussa Diaby, Aurélien Tchouameni, Matteo Guendouzi, Adrien Rabiot, and Luca Dean. The midfield 4, and then the second striker, Christopher Nkunku. And up front, Wissam Ben Yedder, who's not really had too many chances so far. He's not really been able to get himself into the game. Not in his 19th appearance for Les Bleus. On the bench then, for Croatia, we have Njeljko Labrovic and Ivica Ivušić, the goalkeepers. Sime Vrsaljko, Marin Pongracic, Josip Šutalo, Nikola Vlasic, Luka Ivanušec, Christian Jakic, Luka Sucic, Andrej Kramaric, Mislav Orsic, and Mario Pasalic. And on Didier Deschamps' bench, we have Lloris, Alphonse Areola, Jules Koundé, Jonathan Klaus, Luka Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, Ibrahima Konate, Boubacar Kamara, Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappe, Kingsley Coman, and Karim Benzema. Unlikely, I believe, to see Mbappe this evening if he's still nursing that knee problem. Possibly we'll have the introduction of Benzema, maybe Coman, possibly even Griezmann to liven up that French attack. Phones being held aloft to being used as torches across the ground as the Croatia fans sing in unison. I think we've got a little bit of a delay here to the start of the second half. By my watch, we should have kicked off a few minutes ago. But still, I've just got endless shots of the crowd. These 2 sides We'll be looking forward to the World Cup in Qatar. Croatia begin their Group F campaign against Morocco at the Al Bayt Stadium. 4 days later, they go to the Khalifa International in Doha. They'll take on Canada, and they round their group off with what looks like the crunch game of Group F against Belgium at Al Rayyan. France, meanwhile, are in Group D. Their first opponent is still to be decided. It's going to be either Peru, Australia, or the United Arab Emirates, whoever wins that into the intercontinental playoff. Either Peru or Australia would be familiar foe to them. They played them en route to the 2018 World Cup triumph. They also played Denmark in that group, and they'll be playing Denmark in their second game on 26th of November. And then on the 30th, they round the group off at the Education City Stadium in Al Rayyan against Tunisia. The Al Janoub and Stadium 974 in Doha is where they'll play the other two fixtures. Now both teams have re-emerged from the tunnel. I can't see any changes. So as we were, this time Croatia will be kicking off, going from left to right. Marco Guida, the referee, is just checking all is okay. He blows his whistle, and we are back underway, and the ball is immediately laid back to Modric, who goes wide to Maya. Nothing ahead of him. And now it's with Domagoj Vida linking up with Martin Ehrlich, who's had a solid debut so far in the red and white check shirt. And Croatia tried to play the ball through the middle, but Brozovic and Kovacic couldn't link up well. And France briefly win it back, but again, Budimir doing so well up front on his own to wrestle the ball back for Croatia. And they're trying to come through the middle again, but crowded out. Tchouameni wins the ball back. Ben Yedder goes back to Diaby, who has been fouled inside his own half. And France get their what should be their first meaningful possession of the second half. Maya just a bit late on Diaby, who is still limping a bit as play continues. Luca Dean goes back. Kimpembe and Saliba using Mike Maignan, his first touches of the second period. Lofts one forward to Rabiot in centre midfield, who knocks it down first time to Dean's path. Over the top from Dean to Nkunku, but it's headed out of play by Juranovic. Throw in to France. Digne is over to take it. Looking for options. Yes, and Villa man. Uses Rabiot. He's going backwards. Goes infield to Tchouameni. Saliba. No, he's not going to go back to Maignan. He turns, gets his head up. Realizes he has a bit more time than he originally thought, and goes to Benjamin Pavard over the halfway line. Tries to go past one, does so, but he tried to link up with Diaby, but the 1-2 didn't quite work out, but France regained possession. Saliba. And Kimpembe again. Now Guendouzi. Again, the captain, Kimpembe. Guendouzi goes all the way back to Mike Maignan, and France, again, quite content just to keep things under their control. Now, Pavard and Diaby into Nkunku. This is much better for France. Nkunku edge of the area, trying to get a shot on goal, but he's very well crowded out. And Croatia bring the ball out. Budimir and Modric combine well, and now Kovacic. He's got Maya on his outside, uses him. Maya has a chance to cross. He does so onto the head of Budimir, sorry. But he couldn't direct the header, and he heads it out. And it's going to be a goal kick to Mike Maignan. But a good, pacey counter-attack there from Croatia. Now, it might be the instruction now from Zlatko Dalic going forward. If France are going to be taking their time in possession, building slowly, hit them on the break when you get the chance. See if that continues in the same vein. Maignan has a short option with this goal kick, and he uses it. It's Saliba. Kimpembe had also come short. Saliba forwards. Tries to find Diaby, but Croatia get it back. Modric trying to link up with Kovacic. Kovacic now goes back to Budimir, and the home supports appreciating a bit more possession of their own. Livakovic now in possession. Four Croatia players from the champions, Dinamo Zagreb. None from the... I don't want to be rude and call them the second team in Croatia. I expect they might contest such a claim. But no players playing in their home ground tonight. The other goalkeepers, Lavrovic plays for Rijeka and Ivušić for Osijek. So the Hrvatska National League is well represented, which I think is really great for Croatian football, who have done so well despite not a strong league backing them up. And here they come into the area. The attempted cross is blocked, and they've won themselves a corner. They don't really have world-class stadiums or training facilities in Croatia, not yet anyway. So the fact they've done so well to produce so much talent, which usually goes straight out to the big European leagues. Well, the fact that they're holding on to some of their talent for a little bit longer is very nice to see. How much longer they can hold on to them remains to be seen. And the corner, in fact, won't be awarded because Josip Brekalo was offside. So Maignan takes the free kick up to Rabiot. He can't gather. Erlich now. Juranovic goes along the byline, but gets his angles a bit wrong, and that one to Maier goes out of play. We've got 6.5 minutes of the second 45. Saw a shot of Mario Mandzukic on the Croatia bench. Got quite a few ex-internationals backing up Dalic and his coaching team. They've got some work to do here because Rabiot's in, and Rabiot takes a chance, and it's 1-0 to France. Just like that, France showed in the first half how quickly they could open up the defense, and they've done it there, and they've taken a chance. Maier caught out on the right side for Croatia, and then down that same wing came France, and the ball was played in nicely to Rabiot. He stayed onside. He received a great pass by Ben Yedder, who I said had been quiet. Well, he's done his job there. A nice through ball into the path of Rabiot, who didn't have the best angle, but he shaped his body well. And with his left foot, guided the ball past Livakovic with his first touch. First blood in this game goes to the World and Nations League champions. France 1-0 up here in Split. Adrian Rabiot of Juventus. He didn't score in 45 club appearances this season. He's managed to get himself one. In fact, it's the second. He scored his first goal for his country against Kazakhstan back in November. So no goals in 45 appearances for Juventus, but 2 this season for his national side. So 8 minutes gone in the second half, and the deadlock has been broken. Croatia 0, France 1. They're coming over the top again, looking for Rabiot, who is again in that more advanced role. He's almost playing as a out-and-out striker alongside Ben Yedder now. He has retreated now back, and Nkunku and Ben Yedder have resumed that forward line. Domagoj Vida trying to get Croatia going again as they look to respond. Oh, Modric has to go deep. Luka Modric, his 150th cap. He won't want it to end in home defeat. Croatia had been on a 9-match unbeaten run, which stretched back to that Euro 2020 last 16 match against Spain. Well, now they're staring down the barrel of 2 straight defeats, 2 straight home defeats of that. And the pressure will begin to mount, but let's see how they can respond. Cross comes in from Barisic, and Maignan had to gather that one. It was a fairly simple catch, but he had to do it right on the goal line with the ball dropping in. Not a great cross by Barisic, but it had to be dealt with. Now Maignan linking up with his defence once again. Saliba uses him, pressured by Budimir. Maignan doesn't lose face. And the ball forward looking for Ben Yedder doesn't work out. And it's back with Livakovic. Erlich uses Brozovic in front of him. Brozovic short. Maya has come in from the wing. Oh, that was a nice ball to Budimir. Maybe he could have left it, but still the attack continues. Modric tries to go forward to Budimir, but that time he had no space to work in. It's cleared, and Croatia go back again to their goalkeeper. But better again from the Croatians. Now, as I say that, it's a bit of commentator's curse. They almost lose out. And Tchouameni putting them under pressure. But they come forward again now. Through the middle. Maya is fouled. Guendouzi on the halfway line and bringing him down. And Maya is trying to force things through the middle now. Coming from that right wing. Free kick comes to nothing though. France will build again. Luka Dean deep. Uses the goal scorer Rabiot. Lovely touch by him, but can't quite knock it back into Dean's path. Ball goes out of play. The referee says Croatia's ball after both sides claimed it was theirs. Juranovic forward into Budimir. He can't quite find Brozovic though, and it's cleared. No, Juranovic had to deal with that bouncing ball under pressure from Ben Yedder. He does deal with it, but Barisic now goes back. Livakovic then puts his foot through it. Modric has to stretch to keep that one in play. Does well. It wasn't Modric, in fact. It was Brekalo. Now Croatia coming again. It's Brekalo on that left wing. Pavard ahead of him. Into the area. Uses the man outside him. Cross comes in. Can they get under that? No, they can't. Second ball. Guendouzi clears. And now it's got a bit scrappy. Guendouzi ends up reclaiming it. And then finally, Luka Dean knocks it clear. Rabiot. And finally, it gets hammered against Maya. And the ball ricochets out of play. Half a shout for offside. For handball in the area against Rabiot, but I don't think so. So it's going to be a throw into France inside their own half. Luka Dean goes long down the wing, looking for Ben Yedder, but Erlich was there. Brozovic on halfway, out to Juranovic. Brozovic comes the other way now. uses Domagoj Vida. He lays it short to Kovacic. Kovacic and Brozovic combining again in the midfield. Erlich now wide. Juranovic is there. Crossed by Juranovic, looking for Budimir. It's headed away by Pavard. Brekalo decides to let it go out for a throw, which he takes. Kovacic, now Brekalo again, wants space to cross. He does cross. Budimir's in there. And referee says goal kick. Budimir got his head to it, but underneath it. And out it went harmlessly for a goal kick. Really nice. Just seeing the replay of the goal again. Nicely timed ball from Ben Yedder. Rabiot running on to meet it, and first time finish with his left foot. Took the chance perfectly. Maignan, goal kick. It's contested on the halfway line, falls Croatia's way. Maier now tries to go in field. His pass does work out, goes to Kovacic, uses Modric. Erlich now looking for options, decides to use Vida. Vida again. Mrsic forced back. We've had an hour of the match played in Group A1. Croatia 0, France 1. And Modric now trying to conduct the play, conduct his troops on the occasion of his 150th cap for his country. Extending the lead he has over Dario Serna. And then Stipe Pleticoso on 114 is the next closest, so he's going to be holding on to that record for a while, Modric, which he's only going to be extending for, you'd fancy, the next 2, maybe 3 years. But now a chance for Croatia. Budimir, edge of the box, tries to lay one off, but it couldn't fall to a teammate. Modric tries to win it back. Luka Dean gets it clear. Brozovic and Diaby tussling. The former wins it, and Maier, fouled by Rabiot, tries to take it quickly, but it hits off Luka Dean, who wasn't 10 yards, and we're going to, in fact, make a break for substitutions. And coming on for Wissam Ben Yedder is Antoine Griezmann. So it's not going to get any easier for the Croatian backline. Ben Yedder, who put his contribution in the end, he had a quiet first half, but brilliant pass. That assist for the goal. And I think Boubacar Kamara may have come on. I'll have to check that. Yes, he has. Boubacar Kamara, who had just signed for Aston Villa from Marseille, is on for his France debut, and he's on in place of the only man who retained his place in the side, Aurélien Tchouameni. So a big moment for Boubacar Kamara. Off for Croatia goes Lovro Maier, and Mario Pasalic has come on. And also Orsic has come on, I believe, for Josip Brekalo. So 2 attacking changes there by Zlatko Dalic, and a case of keeping things just ticking over as they are for Didier Deschamps. But it's working out well for Croatia. Oh, and Budimir got shoved in the back there by Kamara, who had his first contribution to international football. He could have given away a foul there, but the referee says no. He just uses his strength very well. Now Rabiot links up very well with the other Sorry, with Nkunku and then with Diaby. France again now. Packing themselves inside the Croatia half. Griezmann, very deep. Uses Rabiot. Now the ball back with Mike Maignan. And bumped forward by Kimpembe, all the way to Juranovic, who has to deal with it under pressure there from Dean and Griezmann, but does very well. He links up with the new man Pasalic, tries to find Budimir, but a combination of Saliba and Rabiot were there. Diaby now, back to Kimpembe. France just maintaining possession inside their own half, quite content to let Croatia come at them. Just to confirm, it was Josip Brekalo who also came off, so it was a change of the two wingers for Croatia, Maya and Brekalo off, Mario Pasalic and Mislav Orsic on. Another one of the Dinamo Zagreb contingent, Mislav Orsic. 29 years old though. Had to be playing out in China and Korea. Really interesting career for this left winger. Just seeing the coming together between Budimir and Kamara on the edge of the area. And I think the referee just allowed Kamara, who must have the adrenaline pumping through him at that moment, just come on for his international debut. I think he just let that one slide. Guendouzi with Kamara now. Receives it back, Guendouzi. Ball infield with Rabiot now. Cross to Diaby. Diaby tries to play one into the on-running Luka Dean, but a bit too much on that one. And Croatia will have a goal kick. We're just under a minute away from the three-quarter mark in the match. Croatia, who had a great record in the Nations League of always scoring in every match they played. The problem in the last Nations League was that they were scoring freely enough, but in defence they were fairly awful. But an Austria match was the first time they failed to score in any Nations League game, this being the third running of the tournament. And again, they've got to have a chance here of going 0 for 2 scoring in this 22-23 campaign. And they could be early favourites for relegation to League B, which would be quite a come down, considering the heights they've reached over the last few years. But they have a chance now. They've packed themselves into the French half. And on the wing now is Barisic, who tries a cross. But it's blocked by Pavard, out for a throw, taken by Barisic into Orsic. Modric, I should say. Modric back to Barisic. Barisic uses Orsic running ahead of him. It's tightly marked by Guendouzi, gets away from him and Pavard into Modric. Modric back to Kovacic. Vida uses Erlich, who was asking him to go the other way, and that's maybe why a poor ball by Ersic, looking for Juranovic on the wing, but he played it over him. And the night is over for Ante Budimir. A good showing he put in this chance he had to start for his country, but he didn't get the goal that he was looking for, and off he goes to be replaced by Andrej Kramaric. Kramaric still at Hoffenheim, where he has been since he first went on loan there the season from Leicester City, the season they won the Premier League title. So he does have a Premier League medal in his collection at home. Diaby now for France on the right wing, but his ball is poor and Croatia win it back. Modric in midfield. He's under pressure from Griezmann. The Madrid rivals up against each other now. Just over 20 minutes still to play. Croatia will have to do something with this spell of possession. It's being one of their better ones of the game, but they're not creating enough. Modric with a nice ball out to Barisic, and now Brozovic trying to come through the middle. Comes out to Modric. Modric shapes to shoot, doesn't. Now with his left foot, great effort by Luka Modric, and a good save by Mike Maignan, who had to get down well. Good effort by Modric, showing his quality there. Cross comes in. It's come back out to Modric. He lays it off. Juranovic tries to play one straight through Luka Dean, which doesn't really work if you consider the laws of physics. And Dean puts out for a throw. Juranovic into Kramaric. Let's see what he can do in his 20 or so minutes that he'll have in this game. Modric goes back to Ersic. And Vida across to Barisic. Kovacic and Brozovic linking up. Oh, and then a really poor ball by Kovacic. Looking for Juranovic, but played it 3 yards or so behind him, and out it went quite tamely for a France throw. Really nicely done there by Modric. He feigned the shot with his right foot. Sold Rabiot down the river. Turned as he does so nicely. And then tried to curl one into the bottom corner with his left foot. And Maignan was down well. Almost a sort of a reverse of the goal that he scored against Argentina in the World Cup, where he shaped one way and then turned onto his right foot and curled one in. He can do it just as well onto his left, Modric. Really is a superb talent and has been for so many years. France trying to get out of their own half, which they failed to do so. In fact, they've committed a foul, and Croatia will have a free kick on the wing, just inside the French half. Which they go short with, and they decide to work the ball along the back line once again, and have to use the goalkeeper. Levakovic puts his foot through it, all the way to Benjamin Pavard, who finds Guendouzi in space. Guendouzi goes to Kamara. Worked across now to Luka Dean on the left wing. He's got a couple of runners ahead of him. Uses one of them in Nkunku. Nkunku to Rabiot, back to Nkunku. Uses Guendouzi in the middle. Guendouzi, Diaby, Pavard linking up. But quickly it's back with Maignan, and France will rebuild again, forcing Croatia to come at them now. There's not quite the same intensity from Croatia to chase France down and put them under pressure. Maignan over the top, half dealt with by Erlich. Eventually, Barisic is there to clear, but only as far as Guendouzi. Pavard very nicely links up with Griezmann into Nkunku. No foul, says the referee. Croatia win it back. Modric. And he's upended by Rabiot. But again, no foul, says the referee. He's letting a lot go here, the ref. Diaby now. He's got Griezmann ahead of him. Can he find him? Goes on his own. Blocked. Comes back out to him. Guendouzi. Kamara with space. Goes crossfield where Luka D is making a run. Headed cross. Half cleared by Vida. And Croatia making a bit of a mess of this. Eventually they play themselves out of trouble. Pasalic, though, going back into trouble. Manages to get it away from Rabiot with finding Modric. And now there's space for Croatia to move into. They've got Kramaric on the left wing. Goes back to Modric. He spreads one crossfield to Borna Barisic. Ahead of him is Orsic. Kovacic back to Juranovic. Oh, but he was offsides. And well watched there by the assistant on this near side as the attack on the far side was starting to build. And another good call by the linesman. Another replay there of the Modric efforts. 15 minutes still to be played. Maignan looking for Nkunku. He can't bring the ball under his command. Croatia resume control of the ball. Erlich again. 3 substitutions all across the front 3 for the Croatians. It's just the 2 changes made by Didier Deschamps so far. Vida, oh, really poor ball by him. He's giving it straight to Nkunku, and he has Griezmann. Griezmann takes a shot, saved, back out to Griezmann. Oh, and his second shot was really tame. And Livakovic was back up on his feet quickly to gather it. But a really poor ball there by Vida, who passed it straight to Nkunku. And on another day, Antoine Griezmann would have gobbled up a chance like that. But Croatia survived, and it's giving them a new lease of life. Cross comes in, Mainyan's there, Maignan gathers. Domagoj Vida having to tread a fine line on a yellow card. But putting himself and his teammates under pressure like that is not going to help their cause. Again, France looking rather content with 1 goal. Would be a good 3 points here. It's not the easiest place to come. Griezmann spreads one out to Diaby. Now Nkunku releases Griezmann again. Gets away from a couple of challenges. Tries to spread the ball out to Dean, but Juranovic was there. Juranovic evades the onrushing Guendouzi, who's now trying to chop at everybody in his path. But ball is won back by France, who again slow the tempo right down. According to my information, we've only had 6 minutes of the Austria-Denmark game. Unsurprisingly, it's still 0-0. Griezmann goes wide. Diaby is there again. Decides not to take the cross. He goes back to Kamara. Pavard back to Diaby now, who goes on another run. Gets away from Brozovic. Now up against Barisic into the area. Diaby's running still, but eventually he runs out of room. Barisic stood his ground well and forced Diaby to take the ball over the goal line and out for a goal kick. And Croatia are going to be making their last 2 changes. And Luka Modric on the occasion of his 150th cap. Goes off for a man who's just making his second appearance for the national team. It's Luka Sucic, who comes on for Luka Modric. And for France, it's just going to be a fourth cap for the Lens right back, Jonathan Klaus. Also, Nikola Vlasic has come on for Croatia. That was their final change. I think France is still waiting to make their changes. So not the nice that Luka Modric was hoping for. No, we are back underway. And Klaus came on for Diaby. The defensive change there, but Croatia might be in here, and the ball has fallen. Is that a foul? It is! It's a penalty for Croatia. We might be having a look at something first of all, but with just over 10 minutes to play. Oh, no, I don't think the referee has awarded the penalty, in fact. I think he may have been overruled. I think in the end, the linesman has given offsides. And yet again, I think he's made a good call. The ball was played over the top. Oh, and Kramaric, who received the final ball, was onside. His shot was well smothered by Maignan, but then I think it was Orsic who was then brought down, which we thought the referee had given a penalty for. Maybe checking something here, but it looks like Mainyan's going to be taking. It looked like the first pass in the build-up was offside, and then the second one into Kramaric's path was definitely on. That's we're just waiting to get back underway. I think we are having a VAR check here. The referee is definitely making Maignan check something here. And it will be a penalty. The referee decides he doesn't need to go over to have a look at the monitor, and he's saying, I can read his lips, he's speaking in English, he says, no offside. So therefore it is a penalty. And Maignan save fell to Kramaric. And it was Klaus. Klaus, who had entered the field just 30 seconds earlier, at his first contribution to the whole game, Jonathan Klaus, is to concede a penalty. Awful start to this appearance for him. He's shaking his head in disbelief. He can't believe what he's done. And it's Andrej Kramaric himself, brought into the game just a few minutes ago, who is on to take this one. Up against Mike Maignan, who's standing tall, arms aloft. It's going to be a right-footed strike by Kramaric. He's taking a fairly lengthy angled run up. Just waiting for direction from the referee. Andrej Kramaric, up he steps. Oh, lovely goal by Kramaric. He just hesitated and made Maignan make the first move and then rolled the ball calmly to Mainyan's right along the floor. Croatia are level. Andrej Kramaric from the penalty spot has equalised. It's his 19th goal for Vatreni. His first goal in this campaign, Croatia's first goal this UEFA Nations League campaign. He just hesitated in his run-up. Maignan went to his left. Kramaric rolled the ball calmly the other side. And we are all square again in splits. We cannot split them. Sorry about that. Croatia won, France won. We are underway again, and Croatia now have their tails up. They've won the ball back off Matteo Guendouzi, and they're coming down the left-hand side. But it goes out of play. It's going to be a France throw, which Pavard will take. Now it's all a bit scrappy in the middle of the park. Oh, and we're going to have the yellow card to Kimpembe for a late challenge on the halfway line. You can have no complaints about that one either. I'm just trying to get all of those substitutions confirmed for you. It was also Kovacic who went off for Croatia and was replaced by Nikola Vlasic. So Croatia have made all 5 of theirs. Ball back now with Livakovic. Goes long, looking for Orsic on the wing, but it goes out of play. And another throw in for Pavard, where he had another one just a minute ago. 5 minutes of the 90 still remaining. Croatia 1, France 1. Klaus trying to make amends for the concession of that penalty. Wins another throw inside the Croatia half. Yeah, fouled by Barisic, who had a good handful or two of his shirt. In fact, it was he did win a free kick. It wasn't just a throw in the end. Kimpembe, the first Frenchman into the referee's book today. Now finds Saliba. Oh, and France under pressure again from the Croatians. They're forced to use Maignan. Over the top he goes. Looking for Digne. The Vlasic is there. Kramaric. This is really good again for Croatia. Sukic. Vlasic. Oh, gets past man, and now can a cross come in? Oh, and a complete air shot by Orsic, who had come in off the wing. Was shaving for a right foot shot and didn't get any of the ball. Really one for the blooper reel, that one. But here comes Croatia again. Here's Vlasic. Vlasic coming forward into the area with a shot. Saved by Maignan, and out it goes for a corner. Oh, what an impact Vlasic is having into this game. He's giving the French defence nightmares at the moment. Another shot comes in from the edge of the area. And Maignan had to get down well again to save it. Going to be another corner for Croatia. 3 minutes still to play. Sukic takes. Headed away by Rabiot. Back out to Sukic. He's going to have another chance to cross. He takes it. Headed away by Pavard this time. And then a foot through the ball from Luka Digne. Oh, and a terrible touch. Griezmann's in here. Livakovic gets it. No, he doesn't. And Griezmann has pretty much an empty net to shoot at. Oh, and he gets it all wrong on the side angle. Oh, that was a real fluff of his lines there by Griezmann. Terrible back pass to the goalkeeper. Was almost intercepted by Griezmann. Livakovic was out quickly to it, but his clearance hit Griezmann. Griezmann chased the ball down and had a shot at pretty much an empty net from a wide-ish angle, but not a problem for a striker of his caliber. But he got it all wrong, didn't connect well, and it went trickling out over the line for a goal kick. We're back again. Now Klaus takes the return ball. Klaus again, chance to cross. He goes in, and Rabiot was in there again. A couple of deflections, and it came last off Rabiot. It's just going to be a goal kick. But much better again from France. And Klaus involved very much in that one. He played a nice one too with Kamara. Just seeing a replay of the penalty again. A lovely stuttered run up by Kramaric. Forced Maignan to commit himself. 1-1 in split. The Stadion Paul Jude in good voice once again. We've got just over 1 minute of the 90 still remaining. Wide it goes. Croatia attacking down the left. Did the man stay on side there? Cross comes in, blocked. France can't get it clear. Eventually, Pavard stabs one out of the area, but Croatia still coming. Now Brozovic. Wise. Barisic with the cross. Headed away by Kimpembe. Griezmann gathers and calmly brings the ball away. Now Rabiot. Rabiot trying to go forwards for Nkunku. But Erlich is getting 90 minutes on his debut. He's doing well again. They still have a couple of options off the bench, do France. Croatia have played all their cards. Oh, they just... Kramaric there. Oh, sorry, Vlasic, I should say, chasing everything. And Dean just tried to shepherd the ball out for a goal kick, and Kramaric did so well, got his foot in to hook the ball against Dean to win a corner, which has been taken. Kramaric lays one off. In it comes again. Oh, and it had to be headed out by Nkunku over his own goal line. We've had 4 minutes added on. 30 seconds of those have elapsed. Plenty of time for a winner. Oh, and in fact, the referee, I think he's given a free kick. I think there was offside somewhere as the ball came back in. And France able to relieve the pressure. Maignan decides to give himself an extra 5 or 6 yards with that goal kick. Sorry, with a free kick. Which the fans weren't too happy, the home fans weren't too happy about. But it's Croatia, the ones looking most likely to get the winner here. Erlich and Vida in possession again. Pasalic comes forward. Orsic has not had the best game since he came on. Guendouzi wins a free kick just inside the Croatia half. Now Klaus to Nkunku. It deflects, still into his path. And Nkunku and Griezmann almost combine beautifully. But the defense holds firm. Now Sukic. Brozovic. Oh, and his pass to Orsic. A bit too forceful. And too much on it for Orsic to gather. Now it goes for a throw-in. Just seeing those possible offsides in the build-up to the penalty. And yeah, clearly both of them onside. So, the right decision from VAR to award the penalty to Croatia. We're into the 3rd minute of stoppage time. It's still Croatia in possession. Brozovic is going backwards. Vida, Erlich again. Oh, he does well there to step away from Nkunku. Almost gave it straight to Griezmann, but Kovacic gathers it. Juranovic now coming down the left. Plays one forwards to Pasalic. Now over the top. And this is a chance. Can they take it? Oh! And the chance is spurned. Sukic was in there. Juranovic's ball over the top. And Sukic running forward from the middle. He was on the right-hand side of the area and took the shot with his right foot, but rather than getting his foot through it, he kind of side-footed it, and it went across goal and out for a goal kick. And we've got 40 seconds left of the 4 that were given, and it's France now who may have the last chance of this game. Pavard, Klaus linking up with the Bayern Munich fullback again. Over the top from Camera, and Klaus with a good cross, turned away. And is there enough time for Croatia to come forward? This might be it. Nothing doing there between Pasalic and Orsic. Guendouzi now. Forward from Kunku into the area, but force-wise. And Kunku with Klaus for company uses Guendouzi. I don't know what the hell Guendouzi was doing there. Just hammered one over the high and wide over the goal line. And that was the very last touch of the match. After a slow 45 minutes in the first half, the game really livened up in the second period. Both sides looking for the winner late on and really putting an effort in to this UEFA Nations League Group 1 match. I think, I don't want to use the same pun again, I think it's fair that we couldn't split them here in Split. A lovely, well-worked move between Wissam Ben Yedder and Adrien Rabiot presented the chance for the Juventus man to grab his second goal for Les Bleus after 52 minutes. And then in the 83rd, a VAR awarded penalty, or a VAR overturned penalty. No offside in the build-up as Croatia attacked through the middle. And then a foul committed by Jonathan Klaus. And the penalty neatly converted by Andre Kramaric, his 19th goal in his 69th cap. Gets a share of the spoils for Croatia. I've been Anthony Thomas for the Commentary Hub. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video if you enjoyed this commentary. It finishes Croatia 1, France 1.